Hello everyone, I am Santanath and today we are discussing about the important engineering formulas and on these formulas we will define units and example. So before starting this video, I would like to introduce our channel as all-in-one channel, and this channel is meant for to give the information to all you people in different areas. So today we have selected a topic of important engineering formula. So I'm Santanath. Let's start with some engineering terminologies with pressure. Now let's see what is a pressure means. Pressure is generally denoted by P, and its formula or its definition is as simple as it is a force per unit area. Now unit of the pressure is Newton per meter square. How it is derived? The formula of force is Newton and formula of area is meter square. So force divided by area becomes Newton per meter square. See, this unit is very important when we do the numericals or when we want to remember the things. Then unit plays a very important role. So always remember to memorize the units. What is the example of pressure? It is pushing a nail in a wall or wood. Also we'll take few examples ahead. You can see this boy is carrying his bag. Now if suppose a school bag has a wide strap so that the weight of the bag may fall over the large area of the shoulder of a child, thus resulting in a less pressure on a shoulder, and due to the less pressure it is quite comfortable to carry the heavy school bags. I will explain this. Suppose if a bag is having a short area, then the pressure will be more, because what we have seen, pressure is inversely proportional to area. If area is more, pressure will be less, so the boy will feel comfortable if area is more. Now let's take one more example. You can see this example. A sharp knife has a very thin edge. It cut the object better because the area of contact is very small. The force of our hand falls over a very small area of the object, producing a large amount of pressure, and this large amount of pressure cut the object easily. Again I will explain this. If we reduce the area, then what will happen? Again we'll go to this formula. Pressure is inversely proportional to area. Now this area is reduced, so ultimately this pressure will be high. So it will help us to reduce our force. So this is the second example, and third example is of needle. If we use a needle and its edge is very sharp, then it means the area of that point, needle point, is less, so ultimately the pressure requirement is less. So pressure requirement is less because area is less. Now move to another concept, stress. What is stress? Stress is applied force per unit cross-sectional area. Stress is exerted either externally or internally. Unit of the stress is same as that of pressure. Example of stress is any body hanging on a load or pulled by some load. Let's take few example. Before that, let's learn about what is stress, how it is divided into. Stress is generally divided into normal stress and shear stress. In this chapter, we will only think about the normal stress. So let's see what is a normal stress. Normal stress is a force acting perpendicular to the cross-sectional area. And now let's see the drawing of it. Force is acting in a different direction but is perpendicular in this direction. You check this figure number 1 and another figure number 2. You can see it is very clearly given that force in first drawing is exerted outward, whereas force in another figure is exerted in downward direction. So in both the drawings, force is exerted perpendicular even though it is in opposite direction. So what we will do is we'll take a difference of pressure and stress. Pressure is exerted externally, that's why it is always positive, whereas stress is exerted externally as well as internally. So it means It is either positive or negative. Third concept is strain. What is strain? Strain is change in length upon original length. Since both these entities are having a same length and length equation, that's why it has no unit. Now, example of strain is increase in a length of a wire which are under a stress. We can see many wires hanging on two poles bend down due to the stress applied on it, and its length increases, so it causes a strain. Now see, this strain is also having two parts. One is normal strain, another is shear strain. In this chapter, as stress, we will learn only about normal strain. Now this normal strain, you can see strain is change in length upon original length. Now delta L is denoted by change in length and L is a original length. So see what is positive and negative strain. Tensile strain is equal to change in length upon original length. If delta L is increased, in that case it is a tensile strain. If force is exerted inside the component, then delta L is negative. Length is decreased, so it is a compressive strain. So this is the example. I would suggest you people to take the screenshot of this particular image so that it will help you to understand it better. Now let's move to another important concept, Young's modulus. Now Young's modulus is what? It is actually stress is directly proportional to strain. So you can see here is a graph of stress and strain. So stress is directly proportional to strain up to this point, and after that, if you can see, there is a ultimate strength, means if we increase the load, then the strain increases, that is length increases at till sudden point, but after that the length decreases, means it doesn't increases, and at some point it gets fractured as shown in a drawing. So in Young's modulus, stress is directly proportional to strain till this yield strength. After that, there is no direct relationship between stress and strain. So Young's modulus or modulus of elasticity E is defined as or given as stress upon strain. Young's modulus is used to define the stress point of the element and mostly used in engineering. Now unit of Young's modulus will be same as that of pressure and stress, because we know that strain has no units. So the unit of modulus of elasticity, Young's modulus, stress and pressure remains always same, that is Newton per meter square. Now the higher the Young's modulus, the lesser the deflection of the same size. I hope you enjoy this video and you have learned these things. These are very important terms of engineering, so you remember these. Watch this video till end one or two time if you don't get it, and remember this thing, and I'm sure that if you remember these things, it will help you to remember till the till end of your life. So thank you for watching this video, and if you like this video, please like this, share it to your friend, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you.